Hey everybody, this is Ozark Prepper 1, and today, let's title this one, well, this will be a long title, so I'll just say it instead of putting it in the description. How to do a test to see if you can handle what's really coming. Okay, here's a few tricks you can do just to give yourself an idea if you can handle doing without. One thing you can do is turn the water heater off in your home. Flip the breaker on it, turn it off, and leave it off. And go 2 or 3 weeks like that. Another trick, turn your washing machine off. You can't wash your clothes the easy way. If you really want to get rough, do those two combined and turn your well off or your city water supply. And see how you adapt, how quickly you adapt, or how quickly you start losing your mind. Another thing you could do is, if you have a local store, get on a bicycle and travel to that store, or go on foot. Make a day out of it. It's probably good for you anyway. But these are just beta tests you can do for yourself to see how you would react in a real situation, which I believe will happen eventually. Nothing lasts forever. You know, the good times don't roll continually forever in one empire. They all reach a climactic point, and then they fall, and then rebuild again. Sometimes it's pretty horrible. But then you take all of what I just told you, and then imagine this nation of 350 million or however many people all going through that at the same time. And not all of them will, because some people have always been living that way. There are people who are, well, look at the Amish, you know, and then you look at these river dwellers, people like that, that's always lived that way. Native Americans. The only thing that's changed with them, with the Native Americans, is they got reliant on the European man's food supply, and it's not their fault. It was pushed on them. But they were given peanut butter and other commodities, you know, throughout the 20th century until now. And those people went from being naturally athletic, forced to be reckoned with, to being diabetic and fat and in poor health. And it's not their fault. They didn't know it was going to do that to them. Just like our people didn't know it was going to do it to them. But we've got a society now of people who are going to react instead of being proactive now. When the food stops coming and they start getting hungry, they start losing a bunch of weight, believe it or not, their metabolism will go up and they will have more energy, because what little feast they do get will be, processed efficiently, because they'll be active, they'll be running, they'll be looking for food, stealing, all the things you're not supposed to do too. So there will be a different situation soon concerning their health. But one thing to do right now is practice things being shitty by throw a little suffering on yourself, and you'll build up for when the real thing happens. And while everybody else is losing their minds, you will know what steps to take. You will find out how to open a can of food that you put back 2 years ago or 3 years ago and just eat it right out of the can, with the plastic spoons that you put back because you thought about that too, that you still don't throw away, but you have them just in case you have to. You'll be washing your plastic spoons when it gets bad enough, because you'll be saving your silverware, stainless ware for emergencies. Or I guess when you celebrate with your neighbors that you're still alive. But eventually, I think that people are going to look at this world and the lives they live right now, and when things get poor enough, they're not going to view living or dying as anything different. You know, they may look at it like, might as well exit this place because it's going to get rough. Or they'll say, I'm tired of it being this rough, so might as well exit this place. People are doing it now. Everybody knows someone, you know, a relative or a friend, and they didn't show the signs to those close around them. But some of the people that weren't very close with them could see it. You can almost look in someone's eyes and have a brief conversation with them inside a store or on the street, and you can tell how they feel about their life, because the eyes really don't hide a lot. For an example of that, for any of you people who still run the bars and the nightclubs and stuff like that, go into one of those bars. I'm saying actually don't go into any of those bars, but if you must, go up to the bar and look at the people sitting there and look at the smile on their face, but then look at their eyes. They're dead. They're glassy. You know, they appear, they may put off a show like they're having a good time and slap their hand on the table or laugh, but you can see that in their eyes, saying, why am I here? They ask themselves, they're sitting in front of that mirror looking right back at them, and they see the person they've become, and they don't like it, and they play off like they're having a good time. And a lot of these people are actually doing okay financially, or they wouldn't be there. But if they're really happy in their life, they wouldn't be celebrating with a bunch of miserable people. A lot of the younger crowd that goes in a bar, when it comes to people going in bars, it's just basically someone looking for some ass, and that's what it boils down to. And they don't have the courage to ask someone in person on a normal day, so they have to get messed up and then act like it was an accident to ask someone. They can't create a relationship with someone without being intoxicated. And if you watch those relationships, you'll see them on social media. Your friends you went to school with, or just people you know. Those relationships get a 6-month to 2-year lifespan. When the party wears off and they see the person for who they really are, they don't really want to stick with it. But anyway, I've went off on too many subjects. Look at that horse that far away. Wonder if I can zoom in on. Yeah. I'm French, but I don't eat horses. Anyway, you all have a great rest of your week. Ozark Prepper 1 out.